10 o'clock. We'll go ahead and open up our regular session. Please silence and shut off your cell phones and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Additions or deletions on today's agenda?
Yeah, I have one addition for chamber support.
Perfect. Alrighty. Public comment? No? Okay.
You guys want to give us a town update or?
Why did you like put me right on the spot?
That's
Come
okay.
see us.
Just give you an opportunity.
Yeah, we can go through a few items and we can jump over to talk about some of the other stuff. Yeah.
Okay, I will be more prepared at that time.
Alright, sounds good. First item, snowcat purchase. So this was brought to us yesterday by the sheriff and Daniel Tagg for the purchase of the new snowcat. I'm not gonna go over the whole thing. I know you guys have all kind of seen a lot of the packet. The final figure for the purchase is $179,000. There might be some cost in picking it up, but I assume that can be pretty much handled within the department and everything. But being that this item is sitting there being held for us, I talked about it with Jim Bailey, and he feels like we could go under rule number 9 for the purchase, as it results in significant cost savings to the county, and it's not likely to promote favoritism or discourage competition.
Because it's used.
Correct. And I mean, the cost savings are, I mean, if we were to buy a new one like we discussed yesterday, it could result in $300,000 or more. Anyway, I'll entertain a motion on this.
I'll make a motion to purchase the snowcat for the search and rescue for a fiscal impact of $179,000 with, there might also be transportation or per diem fees under rule number 9.
Okay.
I'll second it, just adding that it's gonna be, okay. We're gonna use Title $3.
Sorry about that.
Amended. Would you like to have the motion amended just for the Title $3 to reflect that? Okay. Alright, motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye, motion carries.
Commissioners.
You bet, Sheriff. You have a snowcat. You have a snowcat. You just
Yeah,
gotta go
go
get
make
it.
a phone call.
I will pay you for it all. Thank you so much.
You bet. Next item, landfill fees. So we discussed a number of things yesterday. The main thing that we're looking at today is the increase on the fees of tires. For passenger tires, it is to go from $2 to $5. For light truck tires, from $5 to $7, and for larger truck tires, it goes from $7 to $14. And that's to reflect the cost that we bear when we dispose of the tires. For instance, the truck tires that we're currently charging $7 for, when people leave them with us, it costs us $13 to dispose of them. So a lot of things upside down.
In addition to a minimum fee.
Yes, and we are adopting the minimum fee. Correct.
Which is
And the minimum fee of $5. Also, we did have some discussion on no tarp fee. And there was discussion about raising that to 20?
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Make a motion.
His motion is that he's good with that. Yeah.
I'll make a motion to, approve the, Lake County, dump fees under Lake County Ordinance number 54, raising, passenger tires to $5 each, light truck tires to $7 each, truck tires to $14 each. A minimum payment from 0 to 150 pounds to $5, and raising the tarp fee from $5 to $20.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion?
This is a significant increase that people are going to feel an impact to, but we feel that in order for us to do what we need to do with the DEQ and keep our dump operational and in the black, and to keep from scattering garbage from town or wherever it's coming from to the landfill, we need to get more serious about tarping our loads, and so I feel that this is a good motion.
Agreed.
Good deal. Alright, any further
No, it's
discussion?
not a dump, it's a mine.
I
Old school.
Yeah, I get it. I'm with you. Giving you a
He
hard
was
time.
the worst offender of that, so, yeah.
Yeah,
He's just.
that's why I said.
Alright, any further discussion?
Can I ask a question? When did this take effect?
February 1st,
Thank you.
proposed. That may change, but we'll give time to let people know.
Yeah, it's February 1st.
Give us time to go up the canyon more too.
Well, like the minimum fee doesn't affect you if you bring over 150 pounds.
Well, no, people are dumping their
They're
trash up
dumping
the
up the
canyon.
canyon.
Oh, yeah,
We
Right now?
found, several dump sites.
yeah.
Sheriff's Department stopped one vehicle. So I don't know what they come up with or if they gave a citation or not. I haven't talked to them.
Well, one can right now costs 74 cents.
I know, right?
So I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know if they think it costs too much to drive out there.
It doesn't make
Or it's
sense.
just laziness.
It's
Yeah.
that, to a T.
It's
Alright.
it's not even laziness. It's just weird.
Motion on the table, any further discussion from the board? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Alright,
But
Aye, motion carries. Next item, base and telecom quote. So I think we can go under, Jim Bailey was recommending we go under rule number 9 for this, because it results in significant cost savings. This is for putting additional locks on some of the doors in the annex, to kind of get us up to speed with being able to use the pass cards that we carry with us and stop from having to duplicate keys and everything else and having to change locks continuously. And this way it's just a lot simpler of a system. The cost is about $13,475. The cost savings is because this is the company that we do all of our door security with currently, and it doesn't really make sense to go with another company. And it doesn't really promote favoritism or lower competition necessarily, because this is the company that we work with. Do I have all that right?
Pretty much, it just like piggybacks on the equipment and
Absolutely.
software that we already have, it's just adding the locks, so it wouldn't make sense to get a different.
To go get a whole new software or something like that in
It
system.
like just increases our
Correct.
software fees by $200 a year or something
Right.
like that, so I think it's a good idea.
Very good.
I'll make a motion to accept the go from Basin Telecom for the North Lake Annex under rule number 9 for a total fiscal impact of $13,475.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next item, amendment, number 1, to the BLM seat lease. This is, Tom came and talked to us from the airport about this the other day. Just, it's pretty basic. I know Commissioner Schulenberger, you had some questions on the well. Was that,
Minor.
you feel like that's,
Yeah, they'll sort it out, so.
okay. Good. So, and it works in much similar ways to some of the other grants and everything as well, you know, and this agreement does anyway, and some of the dollars and how they're used in construction and some of the projects that they have out there. I'll entertain a motion on this.
Is that the Voca grant, Commissioner?
The what?
Are you talking about the Voca?
No, we're talking about the BLM lease
BLMC
agreement.
Okay.
at the airport.
I'm sorry.
They
Yeah,
have a
work.
flap grant that it's working.
I'll make the motion to approve the new BLM seat-based lease amendment infrastructure project as presented.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
By this time next year, that's gonna look really nice up there.
Agreed. Really looking forward to it. Next up, 2021 to 2023 Voca grant and CFA grant award. Cherie came and talked to us a little bit about this yesterday. So. Do we want to have any discussion on this, or if not, we'll go ahead and make a motion?
If there's questions, Commissioner, I just reached out to her and asked her if she could come down and be available.
No, I don't have any
We already
questions.
talked to her yesterday.
Yeah, she gave us a really good presentation yesterday. And, you know, just, you know, kind of picking it up, you know, and running with it. And, you know, I think she's learned a lot about the process and everything, but this being the first kind of biennium that she's had to kind of manage this and look at it and work with it, she's doing a fantastic job. So,
Absolutely.
I think it'll work out really well.
What page is the total? That she brought up.
That was on page, it was like 4 or something like that. The Voca, the total funds for the Voca is 161,016. Yeah, over the 2-year period, and then 30,000. The CFA is
Page
30,000.
That's great.
It doesn't have page numbers on this.
If you look at numbers 11 and 13 on page 2. There you go.
Oh, okay,
There's your numbers.
gotcha. Yeah, and then the CFA, of course, is $30,010 over a 2-year period. So,
Make a motion to accept the Voca and CFA non-competitive grant for a fiscal impact on Voca of $161,016, on CFA of $30,010.
A second.
motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion on this?
That's a grant award, not actually a fiscal
Impact, thank you. Now, that was going to be my discussion. Thank you.
For 2 years.
For a 2-year period. All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, motion carries. OHA, IGA, intergovernmental agreement. Yeah. Is it an intergovernmental agreement or an MOU?
It's an idea.
Oh,
Excuse me.
this is the one that Jake brought to us. This is the MOU for 400.
So this IGA with OHA just sets down the framework for the metrics they want and services are reimbursed for. There's no real fiscal impact per se until services are started.
Okay.
You said you didn't need me to print it.
No, that's right. That's the mental health one. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the MO. I'm looking at the MOU with that Jake brought to us yesterday on the with the 400.
Excuse me.
Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Okay. Yeah. So Heidi Martinez gave us the update on this yesterday.
I'll make a motion to accept the OHA IGA agreement 173139 as presented.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. Any further discussion? All those. Go ahead. Anything?
This is for the financing of community mental health, addiction treatment, recovery, prevention, and problem gambling services.
Any additional discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, motion carries. Sheriff Deputy Patrol Vehicle purchase.
Do you wanna do the
Basic
experiment
Yeah, we can do that one. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that
since I marked it off? I haven't got it.
one. Gotcha. Yeah, so Jake, you gave us a good overview of this yesterday and some of the work that, has been done in the past, and Jim Nickel and his work with Francine, and really good stuff. So do you want, I'll entertain a motion on this if there's no discussion or questions.
I'll make a motion to approve the agreement with Lake Health District and Lake County for fiscal impact of $400 to support the Lake County Youth Summit and problem gambling alcohol integration toolkit.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded, and that's a positive fiscal impact. So, all right, any further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. All right, Sheriff Deputy Patrol Vehicle purchase.
Should you get a rule number on this one?
No, you don't need one, 'cause she-
No, because she put out for all the votes.
Yep.
So,
Only got one back.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. And this would be, I believe the actual price is 44,000 and some change.
$44,192.80.
Perfect.
44,000.
193.8.
What happened to my paper? I had it yesterday.
I'll make the motion to approve the vehicle purchase request from Hall Motor Company for vehicle for the sheriff's office. Fiscal impact of $44,183.80.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion on this topic? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Chamber contribution. Sorry, go ahead.
I couldn't find it, it was under
Oh.
piece of papers.
Chamber contribution, we had some discussion on this yesterday that came out of a request to make a contribution to the gala. And we kind of had a little bit of consensus, maybe just discussion about, instead of making a contribution to gala, we would look at making a contribution to the chamber instead. And I think, you know, out of some of that conversation, just thinking about it a little bit more after the meeting yesterday, I'm not sure it'd be appropriate that these dollars per se be used for gifts, but be used for operations and different things that the chamber has going on, but because they were doing a lot of the gifts and everything at Gala, if we do approve.
If we give money to the chamber, it's basically out of our.
I know, but it's one of those things,
We can support the chamber, we just can't support the gala.
Yeah.
And so, my recommendation, how much do we normally give those guys, cause I know we've done it before,
$150, I think.
to support the gala, or to support the chamber? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
The other thing that I had on my mind was when we support this chamber, we do have 2 chambers in Lake County. And although, you know, I personally would like to see 1 chamber, and I would like to see it, at least if there's going to be 2, I wanna make sure that there's good collaboration between the 2. I think Brianna is doing a lot of outreach to try and get there. I just want something to be mindful of.
I've never been briefed on the second chamber.
You're right, I know. So,
Where's the second chamber?
North Lake,
Oh.
there's a North Lake Chamber of Commerce,
Oh. I didn't know that.
a lot of businesses too, they have a lot of memberships.
That's great.
So I'm gonna make a recommendation.
I didn't know
I'm gonna recommend that out of economic development, does it have to be under lottery funds or can it be just under economic development?
Fund 215.
215, thank you. That we support the Lake County Chamber and the North Lake Chamber with $2,500 each. So
Is that motion?
that's my motion.
Motion on the table,
I'll second.
the motion is made and seconded, discussion?
This takes, the only thing I would like is that maybe we could add the North Lake Chamber to one of our meetings up north these times.
Thank you.
And get briefing, so.
She was usually there, so I'm sure she'd be obliged.
Since we happen to be having one there in 2 weeks.
That'd be good. Alright, any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Meeting minutes, November, we've got, meeting minutes from November 2nd, November 5th, November 8th, November 10th. So one of those is a combined session on November 2nd, and the others are special sessions. I'll entertain a motion on the minutes.
Is the 10th a special session?
Yeah.
Well, that was the blue one. I'll make a motion to approve the combined session minutes from 11:2, the special session from 11:5, special session from 11:8, and the special session from 11:10 of 2021 as presented. Sorry.
Alright, motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion on the minutes? All those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carries. Alright. And that concludes our agenda for today. Michelle, Harry, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Would we like to have maybe some discussion and update on some of the things you guys have going on at the town, or?
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you want me to come up closer?
That'd be great.
Yeah, sure, whatever you'd like to do.
Everybody thinks it's like a hot seat, but It's not really hot seat, we're friendly people.
Oh, it's just nobody wants to be right in the center of attention.
Yeah.
So, let me start with our, Tri-Cities and the housing that we're, set a goal to bring 100 new houses to Lakeview, to Burns, and to John Day by first, having a 3D printer come, which is still working. That's supposed to be here in the spring of 2022. It'll start at John Day first. We did get a $60,000 grant from DLCD, and they are putting together 4 separate housing plans for the printers to do. And we're gonna stack them so that wherever they're built, if it's up against a hillside or if it's on flat land, we'll have a plan already made for that to be implemented. So I'm really excited about that. I just did an interview with KOVR on that, and there's interest being picked up with what we're accomplishing, which is good. Next week on the 14th at Town Council, we're gonna be going over our URA, the town's URA, and how what we've selected or proposed for the first hour. And then the second hour, we'll have LCP presenting what their URA is. Ultimately, the URA is all the town, and the advisory board that the town council will create, which will be town council. And it will have its own independent budget and how it's to be spent and what projects the URA wants to accomplish.
So what's a URA?
It's a urban renewal area. So it's different than the urban renewal boundary. But the urban renewal area allows us to take 25% of the total acreage in the town of Lakeview and put a boundary around it, so that any improvements on that, the improvements, not the tax that is currently in place, it doesn't affect any of that, but the tax improvements, then that would come to the town for further improvements for infrastructure, streets, sidewalks, pipes, in order to help move growth along in the city. Does that make sense? I can send you.
We heard something similar yesterday from Ginger,
Yes, yes.
and an identified map showing
Yeah, so
F
it's,
Street, E Street, and 7th Street,
yeah. So,
5th Street, or I can't remember what it was.
one of the goals that I have, would be to help, bring, more infrastructure and, more money to helping to restore some of the downtown buildings that are in disrepair, and to help bring businesses to Lakeview. What I've really been working on is getting the press outside of Lakeview interested in what's happening here, so that businesses can come and know that we're a lot less expensive to operate a business and to live. And also telecommute with broadband that y'all are working on, and that way they know that our water's gonna be great, we've got broadband coming in, we can support them in bringing business here and having nice places for them to come to, so. So that's been a project of mine, and then we're working with LCP as well, for the downtown businesses, so that there's a lot of, partnerships that are being made so that we're all working together. And let's see.
But where are you guys on the water? Because
So
we got the 15 million, or have you received that
we
yet?
haven't received it yet. I did talk to Larry Holzgang from Business Oregon, and the paperwork is estimated to come in February. I'm guessing it's gonna be more towards March, and then money will come after those contracts have been signed and put in, but I do call him all the time. Just
So once we get the money, what's the plan? I mean,
I can tell you what I'm working on right now. So with our ARPA money, the town received around $500,000. I reserved that back for engineering for the water treatment facility because I didn't want to wait and I knew there would be a time to wait. So we have put out an RFP for an engineer for the water treatment facility. And the deadline to have the request for proposals and qualifications was yesterday. So we received 3 from some, I'm impressed with the companies that we got. And so then I'm going to be announcing the award on December 10th. And then we'll go into some negotiations if we need to. And then the notice of the award will come out on December 17th so that we can move forward while we're waiting for our 15 million so that when we get it, we can start going. So from the time that we announce who the engineer will be until probably June, we'll be working on actually the build with engineering plans and going through all the DEQ and GLCD and getting all of the approvals during the winter time. And I know it's pretty aggressive, but I hope that we can potentially start in June or July of 2022.
so your water treatment plan is first,
Yes.
and then what after that?
Well, it's there's parallel projects. So water treatment is always first and foremost, and that's the one that I'm working on most aggressively. Then our housing.
No, but I mean as far as your water. So once the treatment plan,
Infrastructure.
yeah, so once your treatment plan is, your water treatment plan is in, what is the next water project? I mean,
My guess is that we're gonna have to get rid of our lagoons. Right now, the state is, we are one of 4 in the state that still operate off of lagoons. And I think that they're gonna want us to go to a wastewater treatment facility. The state has been requiring Burns to do that. And they just had their engineering come in and start to put together a plan for a wastewater system. I'll bet that that will be our next big water expense. I'm anticipating it between now and 5 years from now, but I do have it on my radar. It's gonna be a big expense.
so the water treatment facility, is that going to clear up our water?
Yes, yes,
That's awesome.
it
I didn't know if
is.
there was another.
For some people, it will clear up their water. There will be some people that still need to change the cast iron pipes in their old houses.
Yeah.
That still needs to be done. But there is a program that Michelle knows about that.
But with backflow devices, you can keep a lot of those other things from hitting the other lines and contaminating the water. So
You can,
as in, you'll be able
But-
to tell.
we also can't go in and just clean their cast iron
Oh,
pipes
absolutely
either.
not. No,
That's the
they'll
hard
be
part.
responsible for
So,
replacing a lot of that line.
Yeah.
So we're working on doing a marketing campaign to, as we get closer to the facility being online, to get the word out to the community that if the water treatment doesn't, then X, Y, Z, we can, you might wanna check this, this, and this. I'm trying to find programs that will also help with the odors, that there's some assistance there. But it's not, we're not gonna get it out of the ground and it's just gonna be presto. It's like everything, there'll probably be a little few bugs in it that we'll have to figure out, but thank goodness we're getting it, is the whole thing. I'm really excited about it. But as we move along, I'll keep you guys updated as to how that's gonna look. But I'm really excited about the quality of engineering firms that are bidding to be the engineer, to take on the project. So that's going. We are fixing Water Creek Correctional Facility with their geothermal, there's been some problems out there and we are taking care of fixing that. It's gonna cost us about $45,000 to do it, but it's just, the system is around 20 years old. So we're going out and working with the correctional facility to get new filters and to handle what's happening out there. Then we're also starting to do changeover to smart meters throughout the town. Our goal is to eventually, and it's gonna take probably 3 to 5 years to get everybody on smart meters, but the goal is to have the smart meters read from a desktop console. And that way we can have our utility clerk handle everything from town hall. It'll alert if there's a leak, it'll alert if there's any sort of problem. We can then read straight from the desktop, download it into our system for utility billing and send it out. It's really awesome. We're also
That's
going,
gotta save you a ton of labor,
I know, it
especially
will.
in the winter time when they gotta dig to find the meter.
No, I know, but it's gonna take us a little time. I'm gonna need to write a grant because we've decided to go with just the extra step up water meter, but I think in the long run, it'll be a good thing to do it once instead of once and then again.
What are you planning to do with your old meters?
I don't know.
I have
Well, you
someone
got-
that will be interested.
Yeah.
There's a company that buys them from us usually.
Oh, yeah, I'll talk to you after the meeting. I know
We have other water districts within the county.
Oh,
Is that what you're?
that don't have meters at all yet.
my
So
goodness, that'd be so great, right? Okay, let me
But
write
you could donate.
or just for a good,
That's funny.
a fair cost would be amazing, I think. To
Just
them,
kidding.
so-
We'll barter. Good trade. I'll send
We have a
you.
red paperclip.
Yeah, right. No, that actually is a really good point, Melanie, because other water districts that aren't metered right now that are needing to move towards a metered system, and they're looking for alternatives and ways of
We're
doing
gonna have a whole bunch of them pretty soon.
Mhm.
that. That'd be great.
I'll
So-
email you.
I do have a question. How does North Lake and Christmas Valley run?
That's what we're talking
Oh,
about.
it is.
Non-metered.
Okay.
It's
I
actually-
didn't know if they were all on wells there, or if there was an
No,
actual water system
They
there.
have a full water system that encompasses
They
the
do.
entirety of the Christmas Valley town site,
Okay.
and a large water tower and everything. Yeah. It's in need of repair and a lot of work. As Commissioner Schillenberger pointed out just now, it's not metered currently. And so they're needing to go towards a metered system
How many-
according to their plan.
How many do you
They
need?
have
Do you think?
184 hookups.
184?
That's
Some
right-
of them
that's
are
right
metered.
now, but there's,
Right.
Growing
some-
like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the property sites within
So,
that town site.
What all exactly is wrong with it? Just the meters not running?
there's no meters, there's none.
There's a few.
I didn't think there was.
All
any.
their
But with the
their
tank-
pipes are rotten.
Oh.
Yeah, they have pipes.
They
that-
have the exact $15 million need that Lakeview does. Yeah, their costs are astronomical.
So when we asked,
They got lots of good water, but you can't keep it in the pipes.
And they go off a flat fee and
so when we went out for trying to get the grants and stuff from our legislature, it was the town of Lakeview wanted 15 million. Christmas Valley wanted 15 million, and Paisley wanted like 3.5 million. And so you guys were the ones they picked, so.
We're so grateful.
yeah, no, it's a need.
Really, really
It's
grateful.
very much a need. But
So if
we're
we
still
can get
trying
those
to figure out
meters,
how to
that's
Sure,
Yeah,
help
I
them
don't see why-
too.
I don't see why not. I mean,
yeah.
what are we gonna do with the meters?
And I think too, Michelle, Jeff, I think has some
I think we
downtime.
have some. You know what, I'll get back to you today. Would that be okay?
Yeah, that'd be great. I don't know if they have the capacity for them right now. I just know that they're planning They have, I think, 2 years to start implementing a meter system.
Yeah.
But maybe the county would even be interested in kicking back some ARPA funds to help with their water infrastructure.
Because it's a one-time cost for the infrastructure,
Just
so
something to think about later.
something on our minds a lot.
Okay, well, if they need help, once they get metered, they're gonna need to know how to read them and
No, they would have
and
to
bill
have
for
a
it and all that.
meter person to go around and meter and
Well, if
everything else,
If
yeah.
they need help, we would be happy to train. I mean, it's new, it's a lot.
Appreciate that,
Sure,
thank you, Michelle.
you're welcome.
I have a meeting with her Friday at 2, so
Okay,
I'll ask her about it.
okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Right now, we've got underway, we're removing the Willow out of the creek by the school and fixing the fence there. There's been some, degrading of the creek sides. I'm sure there's a better term for that. But the kids at the school were sneaking under the gate and playing in the creek. So we felt that was kind of a liability in case somebody got stuck or there was water coming down the creek. So we're fixing that right now. So that's underway and we are collaborating with the school to get that done. Goodness, I'm just trying to think, we had a great Christmas parade.
Yeah, it was
It was
good,
so great.
really good turnout.
It was really great, and we had about 150 kids come through and see Santa through the alley, which a lot of people were like, "What are you doing in the alley? It's so creepy."
Saw that.
It's great.
Yeah,
It was
it's
so
very-
fun
Yeah,
because
Was
it's
it?
the
It's a bit
wind
like-
blows, so you're in that one tunnel, and it's super warm, and we had music going, and it's all lit up with all the lights, and then we saw Santa, and they had cookies and hot chocolate, and we sent them on their way. It was great. So I hope we do that again next year. I feel like I have a lot more going on, but I think those are the big ones. Our water treatment facility is a big project.
How long is it gonna take once the engineering's done?
I think that we can look towards 2023, probably late in the summer, I hope. But it's so hard to tell. I am trying to see if we can work into that, and it's gonna depend on the paperwork from Business Oregon, if we can overlay the GIS system, since they're gonna have to be out figuring all the water out anyways, that maybe we can work that into potentially working into that overall. But I don't know what the rank or what the criteria is gonna be for us to report and how we're allowed to spend the money, so we'll see. But eventually it needs to get done. I'm super excited.
Thank you so much for coming and give us the update and how things are going for you guys.
You're welcome. Oh,
It's really good.
we, Barry and I worked together. We got a $75,000 air quality grant. Super fun, right?
Yes.
So what we're doing with the $75,000 is, Sheila, we're gonna keep it in-house. We're gonna make a standalone air quality website. That will have air quality, it will have smoke, it will have fire, it will have all sorts of stuff. We're replicating it from Ashland, which has a really great standalone site. What we will do is have that standalone up and operational, and then we're gonna link to your site, to Paisley's site, to everywhere that we can get a hold of, so that everybody has a little link on their front page or a slider, however you wanna put it, that will take you directly out to that. So that when it's fire season, you'll have maps on there, we'll have what the conditions are, what levels of evacuation are, as well as what air quality is during the winter and with stoves. Daniel is gonna do an educational piece, which will be creating educational pieces We're not quite sure how that's gonna go out, if we're gonna do it by mail, or if we're gonna go into schools, or both,
For the website.
and the website.
Is this on air quality or? Yeah.
Air quality, wood stoves, smoke, how the smoke affects your health, and just educational pieces for the community and for the county. We're also gonna be buying a dual-sided, high-quality, outdoor LED screen. And that will be connected to the website. And so I haven't decided where we're gonna put it, but I'm gonna talk, Barry and I are gonna figure that out. But it will have real-time information for the community. It'll have maps, it'll have the smoke, it'll have air quality, it'll have whatever we decide we wanna put out there, and it will be real time. So anybody who's driving through town, either way, will be able to see what's going on.
It won't have trees in front of
No, it won't, I hope not. And it won't do,
Use those for fire.
yeah, I'm trying to, so it won't have light pollution either. Since our dark skies require some thought about that. But we're real excited about it, and I talked to Daniel, and he's gonna put together a small committee for that educational piece, and we're gonna get that going together so that we can decide how they wanna do it. But that's what we've been working on.
We've been having some stagnant air days.
I know,
So I
yesterday,
noticed we've been in the yellow for
Yeah.
a few days.
we were
Beautiful
nervous.
days, but
We were nervous yesterday,
yeah,
because it's like, oh no, we're
we
going
got
to
up
the
to
yellow.
95 or 96.
She just posted it's red.
Is it red now?
No, I was nervous.
So we
about
gotta
it.
be careful. And what the DEQ has told us is that if we can go 4 winters in a row, staying under the limits, that we potentially will come off the highest, where we're being observed the most, and
Yeah, we're on
into
the
a lesser level of
Yeah.
restrictions anyway, or
Concern.
concern level. So. Another issue is our nephelometer, where it's located.
It's
Uh,
that spot.
There's been an increase of people living right next to it, which may not be giving it proper reads, things like that. So we are kind of need to look for a new location.
I'm still working on that too.
Yeah, but that's all I have, thank you.
I'm still staying out at the baseball fields.
Oh, she's been screaming that for the last 2 years.
You know,
I'll talk to the superintendent.
It's a good place right there.
I was thinking of a different place.
Really
Over
is.
by the Fremont School.
That's not a bad area, really.
It'd be good.
Remember, we do have a railroad just down the way too. It's not too far from where it is right now.
True.
Yeah, so county owns that property.
Don't they, doesn't DEQ pay,
Pay a rent fee.
they pay a rent fee for that, so. that would
I
be-
think he pays $1,700 a month.
Not much.
I don't know what it is. I know it's.
We can put it by my house.
I don't know. Do not quote me on that, please.
Yeah, well,
I volunteer.
it's on the record, sorry, yeah.
I said don't quote me. I'm not 100% sure if that's the right
They're recording,
amount.
I can't
I
help
don't
it. I have to talk to
That's okay.
Danielle.
That's okay.
Alright.
Danielle, can you please cut that out?
Edit, please.
Thank
Thank you so much for having me
No,
update you guys.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it.
Please.
Alright, is there any,
Thank you.
any other items, topics of discussion today?
We're also having broadband discussions.
We are, I know y'all are, okay, so. I know you've teamed up with Clement Falls and wanted to come county. Sorry, I forgot where I was at. So, and that you wanna go, through La Pine, right, and then down,
That is what a company has chose to do. We've got an agreement with Apple.
sweet, I love that.
Yeah, but we don't.
We don't have any choice.
So what I would like to do, and I think it is a really great thing to have more than one broadband coming in because it brings more money
Mhm.
to all of us. But what I would like to do, under the Tri-Cities agreement is to bring it from Burns to Lakeview, down 395. So the reason why I'd like to do that is we are prepared to come to the table with all of the plans and that whole mess of paperwork that you have to have with pictures and where it's gonna go and what pole and blah, blah, blah. So we have all that ready, and we would link into the John Day infrastructure that way. And we're prepared to fill out and have it all ready to submit for the February Reconnect USDA grants. So
The only problem I see with that is that Christmas Valley would be left out, and we wanna make sure Christmas Valley gets in.
would it be in on the Klamath Lake County, Klamath
Well, if
County,
it
Lake
comes
County?
through Lupine, then we can branch off.
Well, first you gotta find a company that's willing to do it.
That's the other thing, because there's
Yeah,
only so
Because
many options.
Zayo is already,
Zale won't do it.
Right.
But we have another one. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. And I certainly don't wanna take away with what's going on already, but to add another possibility that could come online quicker. That's it. Cause we're ready to go. So that's what our call is today at 1:00 with Commissioner Schulenberger, Nick Green from John Day, myself, Ken Kessner, and Mr. Hallman from USDA will be on the line, and Annette Ube from the governor's office. So I would love to do it. I just want to be able to make sure it's okay to move forward with that, which is what I'm asking. So that's our call in just a few short hours.
that'd be perfect.
Any other items?
I talked about everything yesterday.
Yes.
Can I add one?
Yeah, sure.
Can we sell that Tahoe to the hospital? They're having trouble with their insurance, and our insurance won't provide a rider because they're not technically county police.
Is this the one we gave, or
We're letting them
letting mental
use-
health use?
Yeah, I just thought of that. We need to figure that out soon.
Will you have that for the next meeting, or does
Yes.
it need to happen soon?
Well, they can't use it until we decide, but
Do we need a motion, or can we do it with consensus?
consensus is fine to sell it to them for $1.
So, question. So when they took over mental health, they had 2 vehicles. What was it? Where are they? And so,
yeah,
my problem is that we keep giving them vehicles, but yet mental health is still shy vehicle.
So is it just going to go into the rest of their fleet, or is it actually going to be
That's
used for
what
mental
I
health
wanna figure out.
purposes?
I mean,
I think that was our point before, is that it still resided with our ownership, so that it didn't go away. So I guess I'm not ready to rule on that today.
that's fine.
So we
I'll
can-
bring it forward officially, and we can have Nikki here to talk about the insurance issues and Charlie to talk about his issues, with title and registering.
and just make sure we bring up where that other 2 vehicles are. Cause I have no problem with it, as long as they get a vehicle, but we've already given them 2 vehicles, so. That's all.
Alright.
I'll just mention that I'm still working on River Democracy Act information, and plugging along. So I just want people to know that that's still on the
So
forefront.
did you get that letter? You both get a letter from Vince?
Yeah.
It's a very good letter from Congressman Vince. Just trying to look out for Lake County. We've got issues with our timber industry. Collins, they're concerned about long-term viability, and we don't need more restrictions on top of already current
Right.
Well, thank you for working on that. I think everybody, they should know that we're opposed to it, so I get bored.
So, I had a long talk with Ben's staff at AOC and took the time to go sit down with Wyden and Merkley staff as well, and just make sure that they understood that we're in full opposition to that bill as it stands currently.
We have one of the last mills on the east side of the Cascades, that is supporting a local rural economy, and we need to do everything we can to make sure that we can help them.
I think it's interesting that what the way Ben's worded it in that letter to us about how it's not a done deal, and I think that was a good point to make, and I think some would like to present it as it's just done. This is going to happen. We just need to get used to it and deal with it. And it's just not the case. So I appreciate your work on that. Thank you. All right. With nothing else to come before us, I'll adjourn the meeting at 5 to 11.
Thank you.